water from the rock. In the first month, the whole Israelite community arrived at the desert of Zin, and they stayed at Kadesh. Then Miriam died and was buried. Now there was no water for the community, and the people gathered in opposition to Moses and Aaron. They quarreled with Moses and said, "If only we had died with our brothers when our brothers fell dead before the Lord. Why did you bring the Lord's community to this wilderness, that we and our livestock should die here? Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to this terrible place? It is no grain or figs, grapevines or pomegranates, and there is no water to drink." Moses and Aaron Moses and Aaron went from the assembly to the entrance of the tent of meeting and fell face down, and the glory of the Lord appeared to them. The Lord said to Moses, "Take the staff, and you and your brother Aaron gather the assembly together. Speak to that rock before Speak to that rock before their eyes, and it will pour out its water. You will bring water out of the rock for the community, so they and their livestock can drink." So Moses took the staff from the Lord's presence, just as he commanded him. He and Aaron gathered the assembly together in front of the rock, and Moses said to them, "Listen, you rebels, we must bring you water out of this rock." Then Moses raised his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff. Water gushed out, and the community and their livestock drank. But the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not trust me enough to honor me as holy in sight of the Israelites, you will not bring the community into the land I give them." These were these were the waters of Merah, where the Israelites quarreled with the Lord and where he was proved holy among them. Edom denies Israel passage. Moses sent the messengers from Kadesh to the king of Edom, saying, "This is what your brother Israel says. You know about all the hardships that have come on us. Our ancestors went down into Egypt, and we lived there many years. The Egyptians mistreated us and our ancestors. But when we cried out to the Lord, he heard our cry and sent an angel and brought us up out of Egypt. Now we are here at Kadesh, a town on the edge of your territory. Please, please let us pass through your country. We will not go through any field or vineyard or drink water from any well. We will travel along the king's highway and not turn to the right or to the left until we have passed through your territory." But Edom answered, "You may not pass through here. If you try, we will march out and attack you with the sword." The Israelites replied, "We will go along the main road, and if we and our livestock drink any of your water, we will pay for it. We only want to pass through on foot, nothing else." Again they answered, "You may not pass through." Then Edom came out against them with a large and powerful army. Since Edom refused to let them go through their territory, Israel turned away from them. The death of Aaron. The whole Israelite community set out from Kadesh and came to Mount Hor. At Mount Hor, near the border of Edom, the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Aaron will be gathered to his people. He will not enter the land I give the Israelites because both of you rebelled against my command at the waters of Meribah. Get Aaron and his son Eleazar and take them up to Mount Hor. Remove Aaron's garments and put him on his son Eleazar, for Aaron will be gathered to his people. He will die there." Moses did as the Lord commanded. They went up to Mount Hor in the sight of the whole community. Moses removed Aaron's garments and put them on his son Eleazar, and Aaron died there on top of the mountain. Then Moses and Eleazar came down from the mountain, and when the whole community learned that Aaron had died, all the Israelites mourned him for 30 days. Arad destroyed. When the Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in Negev, heard that Israel was coming along the road to Atharim, he attacked the Israelites and captured some of them. Then Israel made this vow to the Lord: "If you would deliver these people into our hands, we will totally destroy their cities." The Lord listened to Israel's plea and gave the Canaanites over to them. They completely destroyed them and their towns, so the place was named Hormah, the bronze snake. They traveled from Mount Hor along the route to the Red Sea to go from Edom, but the people grew impatient on the way. They spoke against God and against Moses and said, "Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? There is no bread, there is no water, and we detest this miserable food." Then the Lord sent venomous snakes among them, and they bit the people, and many Israelites died. The people came to Moses and said, "We sinned when we spoke against the Lord and against you. Pray that the Lord will take the snakes away from us." So Moses prayed for the people. The Lord said to Moses, "Make a snake and put it up on a pole. Anyone who is bitten can look at it and live." So Moses made a bronze snake and put it up on a pole. Then anyone who was bitten by a snake and looked at the bronze snake, they lived. The journey to Moab. The Israelites moved on and camped at Abath. Then they set out from Abath and camped in Lai Abarim in the wilderness that faces Moab toward the sunrise. From there they moved on and camped in the Zered Valley. They set out from there and camped alongside Arnon, which is in the wilderness, extending into Amorite territory. The Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. That is why the book of the wars of the Lord says, Zahab and Zapuah and the Rabbins, the Aaron and the slopes of the ravines that lead to the settlement of Ar, and lie along the border of Moab. From there they continued on to Beer. The well there, the Lord said, "Gather the people together, and I will give them water." Then Israel sang this song: "Spring up, O well, sing about it, about the well that the princes dug, that the nobles of the people sang, the nobles with scepters and staff. They went from the wilderness to Methan, and from Methan to Nathaniel, from Nathaniel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth to the valley in Moab, where the top of the Pisgah overlooks the wasteland, the feet of Sihon and Og. Israel sent messen- Israel sent messengers to say to Sihon, the king of the Amorites, "Let us pass through your country. We will not turn aside into any field or vineyard, or drink water from any well. We will travel along the king's highway until we have passed through your territory." But Sihon will not let Israel pass through his territory. He mustered his entire army and marched into the wilderness against Israel. When he reached Jahaz, he fought with Israel. Israel, however, put him to the sword and took over his land from the Arnon to Jabuk, but only as far as the Amorites, because their border was fortified. Israel captured all the cities of the Amorites and occupied them, including Heshbon and all its surrounding settlements. Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab and had taken from him all his land as far as the Arnon. This is what the poet says: "Come to Heshbon and let it be rebuilt. Let Sihon's cities be restored. Fire went out from Heshbon, a blaze from the city of Sihon. It consumed the Ar of Moab, the citizens of Arnon's heights. Woe to you, Moab! You were destroyed, people of Chemosh. He has given up his sons as fugitives and his daughters as captives to Sihon, king of the Amorites. But we have overthrown them. Heshbon's dominion has been destroyed all the way to Dibon. We have demolished them as far as Nopah, which extends to Medeba. So Israel settled in the land of the Amorites. After Moses sent up spies to Jazer, the Israelites captured its surrounding settlements and drove out the Amorites who were there. Then they turned up and went along the road toward Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, and his whole army marched out to meet them in the battle of Edrei. The Lord said to Moses, "Do not be afraid of him, for I have delivered him into your hands, along with the whole army and his land. Do to him what you did to Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon." So they struck him down together with his sons and his whole army, leaving them no survivors, and they took possession of his land. Balak summons Balaam. Then the Israelites traveled to the plains of Moab, camped along the Jordan across from Jericho. Now Balak son of Zippor saw that all that Israel had done to the Amorites, and Moab was terrified because there were so many people. Indeed, Moab was filled with dread because of the Israelites. The Moabites said to the elders of Madon, "This horde is going to lick up everything around us, as an ox licks up the grass of the field." So Balak son of Zippor, who was king of Moab at the time, sent messengers to summon Balaam son of Beor, who was at Pithor near the Euphrates River in his native land. Balak said, "A people has come out of Egypt. They cover the face of the land and have settled next to me. Now come and put a curse on these people, because they are too powerful for me. Perhaps I will be able to defeat them and drive them from out the land. For I know that whoever you bless is blessed, and whoever you curse is cursed." The elders of Moab and Madon left, taking with them the fee for divination. When they came to Balaam, they told him what Balak had said. Spend the night here, Balaam said to them. I'll report back to you with the answer the Lord gives me. So the Moabite official stayed with him. God came to Balaam and asked, Who are these men with you? Balaam said to God, Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent me this message. A people that has come out of Egypt covers the face of the land. Now come and put a curse on them for me. Perhaps then I will be able to fight them and drive them away. But God said to Balaam, Do not go with them. You must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed. The next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak's officials, Go back to your own country, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you. So the Moabite officials returned to Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us. Then Balak sent other officials, more numerous than more distinguished than the first. They came to Balaam and said, This is what Balak son of Zippor said. Do not let anything keep you from coming to me, because I will reward you handsomely. Do whatever you say. Come and put a curse on these people for me. But Balaam answered them, Even if Balak gave me all the silver and gold in his palace, I cannot do anything great or small beyond the command of the Lord my God. Now spend the night here so that I can find out what else the Lord will tell me. That night God came to Balaam and said, Since these men have come to summon you, go with them, but only do what I tell you. Only do what I tell you. Balaam's donkey. Balaam got up in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the Moabite officials. But God was very angry when he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the road to oppose him. Balaam was riding on his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with the drawn sword in his hand, it turned off the road into a field. Balaam beat it to get it back on the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path through the vineyards with walls on both sides. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it pressed close to the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against it. So he beat the donkey again. Then the angel of the Lord moved on ahead and stood in a narrow place to where there was no room to turn, either to the right or to the left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it lay down under Balaam, and he was angry and beat it with his staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and it said to Balaam, What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times? Balaam answered the donkey, You have made a fool of me. If only I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now. The donkey said to Balaam, Am I not your own donkey, which you have always ridden to this day? Have I not been in the habit of doing this to you? No, he said. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes and saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with his sword drawn. So he bowed down and fell face down. The angel of the Lord asked him, Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I have come to oppose you because your path is a reckless one before me. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If it had not turned away, I would certainly have killed you by now, but I would have spared it. Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned. I did not realize you were standing in the road to oppose me. Now, if you are displeased, I will go back. The angel of the Lord said to Balaam, Go with the men, but only speak what I tell you. So Balaam went with Balak's officials. When Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the Moabite town on the Arnon border at the edge of its territory. Balak said to Balaam, Did I not send you an urgent summons? Why didn't you come to me? Am I really not able to reward you? Well, I've come to you now, Balaam replied, but I can't say whatever I please. I must speak only what God puts in my mouth. Then Balaam went with Balak to Kirath Huzoth. Balak sacrificed cattle and sheep and gave some to Balaam and the officials who were with him. The next morning, Balak took Balaam up to Bermoth Baal, and from there he could see the outskirts of the Israelite camp. Balaam's first message. Balaam said, Build me 7 altars here, and prepared 7 bulls and 7 rams for me. Balak did as Balaam said, and the 2 of them offered a bull and a ram on each other. Then Balaam said to Balak, Stay here beside your offering while I go aside. Perhaps the Lord will come to meet with me. Whatever he reveals to me, I will tell you. Then he went off to a barren height. God met with him, and Balaam said, I have prepared 7 altars. On each altar I have offered a bull and a ram. The Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, Go back to Balak and give him this word. So he went back to him and found him standing beside his offering with all the Moabite officials. Then Balaam spoke this message. Balak brought me from Aram, the king of Moab, from the eastern mountains. Come, he said, curse Jacob for me. Come denounce Israel. How can I curse those who God has not cursed? How can I denounce those whom the Lord has not denounced? From the rocky peaks I see them, from the heights I view them. I see a people who live apart and do not consider themselves one of the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob or number even a fourth of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and may my final end be like theirs. Balak said to Balaam, What have you done to me? I brought you to curse my enemies, but you have done nothing but bless them, he answered. Must I not speak what the Lord puts in my mouth? Balaam's second message. Then Balaam said to him, Come with me to another place where you can see them. You will not see them all, but only the outskirts of their camp, and from there curse them for me. So he took them to the field of Zoapim on the top of the pigsty, and there he built 7 altars, and offered a bull and a ram on each altar. Balaam said to Balak, Stay here beside your offering, while I meet with you over there. The Lord met with Balaam and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go back with Balak and give him this word. So he went to him and found him standing beside his offering with the Moabite officials. Balak asked him, What did the Lord say? Then he spoke this message: Arise, Balak, and listen. Hear me, son of Zippor. God is not human that he should lie, not a human being that he should change his mind. Does he speak and then not act? Does he promise and not fulfill? I have received a command to bless. He is blessed and I cannot change it. No misfortune I seen in Jacob, no misery observed in Israel. The Lord their God is with them. The shout of the king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt, and they have the strength of an ox. There is no divination against Jacob, no evil omens against Israel. It would now be said of Jacob and of Israel, See what God has done. The people rise like a lioness, they rout themselves like a lion that does not rest until it devours its prey and drinks the blood of its victims. Then Balak said to Balaam, Neither curse them at all nor bless them at all. Balaam answered, Did I not tell you I must do whatever the Lord says? Balaam's third message. Then Balak said to Balaam, Come and let me take you to another place. Perhaps it will please God to let you curse them for me from there. And Balak took Balaam to the top of Peor overlooking the wasteland. Balaam said, Build me 7 altars here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me. Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bull and a ram on each altar. Now when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he did not resort to divination, as at other times, but turned his face towards the wilderness. When Balaam looked out and saw Israel encamped tribe by tribe, the Spirit of God came upon him and he spoke this message. The prophecy of Balaam, the son of Beor, the prophecy of one whose eye sees clearly, the prophecy of one who hears the words of God, who sees a vision from the Almighty, who falls prospered, and those whose eyes are open. How beautiful are your tents, Jacob, your dwelling places, Israel, like valleys that spread out, like gardens beside a river, like aloes planted by the Lord, like cedars beside the waters, like water will flow from their buckets. Their seed will have an abundant water. Their king will be greater than Agag. Their kingdom will be exalted. God brought them out of Egypt, and they have the strength of a wild ox. They devour hostile nations and break their bones in pieces. With their arrows, they pierce them. Like a lion, they crouch and lie down, like a lioness who dares to rouse them. May those who bless you be blessed, and those who curse you be cursed. Then Balak's anger rose Then Balak's anger burned against Balaam. He struck his hands together and said to him, I summon you to curse my enemies, but you have blessed them these 3 times. Now leave at once and go home. I said I would reward you handsomely, but the Lord has kept you from being rewarded. Balaam answered Balak, that did I not tell the messengers you sent me, even if Balak gave me all the silver and gold in this place, I could do nothing of my own accord, good or bad, to go beyond the command of the Lord? And must I say only what the Lord says? Now I'm going back to my people. But come, let me warn you of this people, of what this people will do to your people in the days to come. Balaam's fourth message. Then he spoke this message: the prophecy of Balaam, son of Beor, the prophecy of one whose eye sees clearly, the prophecy of one who hears the words of God, who has knowledge from the Most High, who sees a vision from the Almighty, who falls prostrate and whose eyes are open. I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star will come out of Jacob. A scepter will rise out of Israel. He will crush the foreheads of Moab, the skulls of all the people of Sheth. Edom will be conquered, Seir, his enemy, will be conquered, but Israel will go strong, and a ruler will come out of Jacob and destroy the survivors of the city. Balaam's fifth message. Then Balaam saw Amalek and spoke this message. Amalek was first among the nations, but their end will be utter destruction. Balaam's sixth message. Then he saw the Kenites and spoke this message. Your dwelling place is secure. Your nest is in a rock. Yet you Kenites will be destroyed when Asher takes you captive. Balaam's seventh message. Then he spoke this message. Alas, who can live when God does this? Ships will come from the shores of Cyprus. They will subdue Ashur and Eber, but they too will come to ruin. Then Balaam got up and returned home, and Balak went his own way. Moab seduces Israel. While Israel was staying in Shittim, the men began to indulge in sexual immorality with Moabite women who invited them to the sacrifices to their gods. The people ate the sacrificial meal and bowed down before these gods. So Israel yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor, and the Lord's anger burned against them. The Lord said to Moses, "Take all the leaders of these people, kill them, and expose them in broad daylight before the Lord, so that the Lord's fierce anger may turn away from Israel." So Moses said to Israel's judges, "Each of you must put to death those of your people who have yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor." This is an Israelite man brought into the camp of a Midianite woman right before the eyes of Moses and the whole assembly of Israel, while they were weeping at the entrance to the tent of meeting. When Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, saw this, he left the assembly, took a spear in his hand, and followed the Israelite into the tent. He drove the spear into both of them, right through the Israelite man into the woman's stomach. Then the plague against the Israelites was stopped, but those who died in the plague numbered 24,000. The Lord said to Moses, "Phinehas, son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, has turned my anger away from the Israelites. Since he was zealous for my honor among them as I am, I did not put an end to them in my zeal. Therefore, tell him I am making my covenant of peace with him. He and his descendants will have a covenant of lasting priesthood because he was zealous for the honor of his God and made atonement for the Israelites." The name of the Israelite who was killed was the Midianite woman, was Zimri, son of Salu, the leader of the Simonite family. And the name of the Midianite woman who was put to death was Cosbi, daughter of Zur, a tribal chief of the Midianite family. The Lord said to Moses, "Treat the Midianites as enemies and kill them. They treated you as enemies when they deceived you into the Peor incident involving their sister Cosbi, the daughter of the Midianite leader, the woman who was killed when the plague came as a result of that incident." The second census. After the plague, the Lord said to Moses and Eleazar of Aaron the priest, "Take a census of the whole Israelite community by families, all those 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army of Israel." So on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho, Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them and said, "Take a census of the men 20 years old or more as the Lord commanded Moses." These were the Israelites who came up out of Egypt. The descendants of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel were through Hanok, the Hananite clan, through Palu, the Palunite clan, through Hezron, the Hezronite clan, through Carmi, the Carmite clan. These were the clans of Reuben. Those numbered were 43,730. The sons of Palu was Eliab, and the sons of Eliab were Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. The same Dathan and Abiram were the community officials who rebelled against Moses and Aaron and were among the Kohath's followers, and they rebelled against the Lord. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed them along with Korath. Those who followed died when the fire devoured the 250 men. They served as a warning sign. The line of Kirath, however, did not die out. The descendants of Simeon by their clans were Numiel, the Numielite clan, through Jamin, the Jaminite clan, through Jachin, the Jachinite clan, through Zerah, the Zerahite clan, through Shaul, the Shulite clan. These were the clans of Simon. Those numbered were 22,200. The descendants of Gad by their clans were through Zepon, the Zebonite clan, through Haggai, the Haggite clan, through Shuni, the Shunite clan, through Uzni, the Uznite clan, through Eri, the Erite clan, through Arodi, the Arodite clan, through Areli, the Arelite clan, These were the clans of Gad. Those numbered were 40,500. Er and, On- er and Onan were the sons of Judah, but they died in Canaan. Those descendants of Judah by their clans were through Shelah, the Shelanite clan, through Perez, the Perezite clan, through Zerah, the Zerahite clan. The descendants of Perez were through Hezron, the Hezronite clan, through Hamul, the Hamulite clan. These were the clans of Judah. Those numbered were 76,500. The descendants of Issachar by their clans were through Tola, the Tolite clan, through Pua, the Puite clan, through Jeshub, the Jashubite clan, through Shimron, the Shimrite clan. These were the clans of Issachar. Those numbered were 64,300. The descendants of Zebulun by their clans were through Sered, the Seredite clan, through Elon, the Elonite clan, through Jahil, the Jahilite clan. These were the clans of Zebulun. Those numbered were 60,500. The descendants of Joseph by their clans through Manasseh and Ephraim were the descendants of Manasseh through Machir, the Mercite clan. Machir was the father of Gilead. Through Gilead, the Gileadite clan. These were the descendants of Gilead. Through Ezer, the Ezerite clan. Through Helek, the Helekite clan. Through Azriel, the Azriel clan. Through Shechem, the Shechemite clan. Through Shemitah, the Shemitahite clan. Through Heper, the Heperonite clan. Zelophehad, son of Heper, had no sons, and he had only daughters, whose names were Malah, Noah, Hoglah, Miklah, and Tisra. These were the clans of the Manasseh. Those numbered were 52,700. These were the descendants of Ephraim by their clans. Through Shethula, the Shethulite clan. Through Becher, the Becherite clan. Through Tahan, the Tahanite clan. These were the descendants of Shethula. Through Iran, the Iranite clan. These were the clans of Ephraim. Those numbered were 32,500. These were the descendants of Joseph by their clans. The descendants of Benjamin by their clans were through Bela, the Belite clan, through Ashbel, the Ashbelite clan, through Arim, the Arimite clan, through Shapuam, the Shapumite clan, through Hapuam, the Hapumite clan. The descendants of Bela through Ard and Naman were through Ard, the Ardite clan, through Naman, the Namite clan. These were the clans of Benjamin. Those numbered were 45,600. These were the descendants of Dan by their clans. Through Shuham, the Shahamite clan. These were the clans of Dan. All of them were Shumite clans, and those numbered were 64,400. The descendants of Asher by their clans were throughout Imnah, the Imnite clan, throughout Ishvi, the Ishvite clan, throughout Beria, the Berite clan, and through the descendants of Beria, through Heber, the Hebrite clan, through Machil, the Machilite clan. Asher had a daughter named Sarah. These were the clans of Asher. Those numbered were 53,400. The descendants of Naphtali by their clans were through Jezeel, the Jezreelite clan, through Guni, the Gunite clan, through Jezer, the Jezrite clan, through Shalem, the Shalemite clan. These were the clans of Naphtali. Those numbered were 45,400. The total number of the men of Israel was 601,730. The Lord said to Moses, "The land is to be allotted to them as an inheritance based on the number of names. To a larger group give a larger inheritance, and to a smaller group a smaller one. Each one is to receive its inheritance according to the number of those listed. Be sure that the land is disrupted by lot. What each group inherits will be according in names for its ancestral tribe. Each inheritance is to be distributed by lot among the larger and smaller groups. These were the Levites who were counted by their clans. Through Gershon, the Gershonite clan, through Kohath, the Kothanite clan, through Merari, the Merite clan. These were also the Levite clans. The Libnite clan, the Hebrite clan, the Malhite clan, the Mushite clan, the Korathite clan. Kohath was the fourth father of Aram, and Aram's wife was Jochebed, a descendant of Levi, who was born to the Levites in Egypt. To Aram she bore Aaron, Moses and their sister Moran. Aaron was the father of Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they made an offering before the Lord with unauthorized fire. All the male Levites a month old or more numbered 23,000. They were not counted along with the other Israelites because they received no inheritance among them. These were the ones counted by Moses and Eleazar the priest when they counted the Israelites on the plain of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. Not one of them was among those counted by Moses and Aaron the priest when they counted the Israelites in the desert of Sinai. For the Lord had told those Israelites they would surely die in the wilderness, and not one of them left except Caleb son of Jephunneh and Joshua son of Nun.